under the curse. All right, YouTubes. We're heading out to finally, we got that condenser in. It took forever to get it. Where we had the leak at the liquor store to change the condenser. We were gonna go change that condenser out. We're cruising through downtown right here. We gotta get across town, it's on the other side of town. And we're gonna recover the gas and try and save as much of it as what's left. I have had to go back and recharge it once to keep them going, because it was a long lead time on the parts, and we're gonna go do that job today right now. All right, don't underestimate the Astro van. Got my coil in there. I had a condensing unit here last night that we changed out. Had to do it under the steps at one of the breweries, and it was raining. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw some pictures of it. It was gnarly. Look at the knee pads are all full of mud. And oh yeah, it was a nasty one, indeed. But we're going to do this coil swap out. So I'm gonna get the ladder up on the roof, and I want to recover the gas and save as much as that gas and reuse it as possible, because it's so expensive now. It's stupid. Grab our little gauges, Mr. Tibbinses. Today's Mr. Untippy. Oh look, I got a smashed water bottle right there. I'm gonna get this on the roof, and then we'll come get all the recovery stuff. All right, ladder fun. This is where we play. Up the ladder. Oh look, I just knocked Tippy over. Up the ladder, down the ladder. Knocking stuff all over the place. Okay. Down the ladder. Drop the old jumper the humper. Got the nerd going. There she is. She's been a good one. All right, here she is. Let's get her ripped apart here. It's daytime, we don't need the flashlight, that's nice. Let's see here, yeah, old Mr. Yeller. 5/16. Coming around the mountain. Uh-oh, battery's getting low. It's time for a battery charging party. Let's see, maybe I just got it on slow speed. Let's put her on 3. Full phase, like on Star Trek, full phasers, Mr. Spock. That's better. Okay, either in defrost or at set point, which is good. Now, I don't have a new accumulator. I need to show that to Felix, because we need a new one. It's getting rusty, and he didn't go for the 2 fan motors, so it is where we're at. So let's get this thing recovered. Yeah, this thing's pumped down. You can see right here, I'm pumped down. What year did we put this in? January 12th of... I went to spit on it to clean it up. Looked like 18. 2018, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 years. All right. Let's see about hooking up some gauges for the recovery. Hook them up. Hook them up, cook them up. Oh, look at that, had a little squirrely McNurly. I don't see a soft plug on this receiver like we had at the taqueria the other day. Oh yeah, there is. 430. It's probably right there, plug, P for plug. Yep, it's on there, so they're still there. Had a leak on one at the taqueria the other day on a receiver. I think I put it on the YouTube shorts. All right. She's been flooding back. I think I talked about that in the last video. The evaporator was super dirty. I ended up having to use the suicide cord to scab power. Is that 3/8? 7/16. 3/8. I got my little extension here. All right, let's get the star of the show. Here it is. See what we got going on in here. Packaging looks decent. Okay. Woo! You even get the new Tinnerman nuts for the condenser fans. I like that. Okay. Connectors look good. It looks like you got to get that bushing out too. The 3/8 and the bushing for that one, and then the bottom's just 3/8. So this bushing right here has to come out. All right, I got this thing all recovered. I'm gonna take the condenser fan motors off. You don't have to unwire them, just get the bolts out, get it off, and then we'll be ready to unsweat this thing. We've already taken out the mounting bolts, 2 on each side, and we've got the sensor out, the liquid line sensor for the condenser fans out on the other side. Gonna make it? Nope. So close. Ooh, almost. I'm gonna have to get the speed wrench in that one. On scene, the old coffee cup. So I went down and got some ratchets. This one has a pivot in it. I think this one's gonna fit on there just fine. I do have a 90-degree drill for the impact. I just didn't grab it. Maybe for reinstall I'll go grab it. But for these, the little ratchet, look at that piece of cake. So easy a caveman could do it. Those ones are a little bit longer than they look. Look at those bolts. There we go. Bloop. Put them in the pile. That guy's Free Willy. And we'll get on to this next one. I might have to shorten her up. Yep. Take the extension out. I got the longer socket. That'll fit right in there. And then we got the one on the bottom down there. And I'll use a ratchet for that also. Probably should have done that one first, but the one down there. Sun's coming up. Looking good. Had a monster storm. I'm ready for springtime. I don't know about you guys, but dude, leave a comment below. I'm so ready for springtime. All right, a lot of you had asked me what flux I use to do the flux trick. So it's the Harris Stay Silv white brazing flux, like we use with our 90% solder. I don't sand nothing down or anything. I just put the solder on there and then let it rip. Remember, the idea is we're trying to get the fittings out clean, right? That's in this. My old co-worker showed me that. His name was Kenny Moore, like Sears. He was a really good refrigeration mechanic. I think he was an Air Force veteran too. But he was a good mechanic. He showed me the flex trick. Oh, it's so fun working as a kid in the 80s. And the old timers would train you up right and show you all the tricks and crack your balls if you're doing stuff wrong. It was good times. All right, we're gonna be ready to sweat these out. All right, let's see. My torch settings ain't nothing fancy. Sometimes I try to go for 10 on the oxygen and maybe 5 on the acetylene. Depends how I'm feeling. God, the acetylene is playing hard to get today. There she goes. How many of you guys have the job knob? That was a tool that I think they had at RSD years ago. It worked out pretty good. The old job knobber. Gotta get the dryer and the condenser out. I'm pretty sure I bought a dryer. Isn't that funny how the torch light's really good when you turn the acetylene on. All right, do the dance. in our pants. I'd love to get that bushing out of there. Let's see if it's gonna participate. There, we got her. Look at that. The flux trick did her job. Do the dance in your pants. There, got her. Let's see how we make out. Be careful with the electronical wires over there. Let's come over here. Try not to melt stuff. Too bad. Okay, yeah. Pretty sure I got the right size dryer. We'll find out. She's playing hard to get. Got her. Okay, and then she's ready to come off of there. Let's take a little victory swig of the coffee. Victory swig. All right, let's get this moving. Old NorCal Dave almost pooched you. There's one more bolt right here in the middle on the back side. And that makes sense in between the fans. One more 3/8. So I actually moved the fans out of the way here. There she is. Now she's Free Willy. We can do an autopsy on this later too. You can see all the oil down there. Yeah, she is leaking on this side somewhere. Leaker. I'm just to the point in the game. I'm kind of done on the high side on the condensers. Not really into trying to fix those unless it's super duper easy. With the cost of refrigerants, I just buy a new coil. The evaporators I'll dig into a little bit. Let's do a little house cleaning here. There's a part number for your skid. 022042800. These part numbers for everything in the day. And you can see the oil stain around here. And that helped me actually find where the leak was at. And it wasn't one you could just do a gas and go and split because it's just too much. It's on the high side. High side leak. All right, little house cleaning. All right, so you fit her up on there. It just kind of sits on there, and then we'll get the bolts in, leave the plugs in until we're ready to solder. See if we can line up our mounting bolts. So we got 2 on the sides, 1 in the middle, and then 2 on the other side. Excuse me. There it is, right there. To get to that other bolt, you got to take the cover off. Where did I put the little 1/4 incher? There she is. All right. Let's just get them started and not reef them down so we can get them all to line up. There. There we go. go. Come on, there you are. Mr. Fan Shroud. Now he's this one here, see. This one's got to pivot back a little bit, back and over. Don't reap her down, just get her started. A little start. Then when we get these two, my extension doesn't have a magnet. We get those two, then it's we can reap them down. And I gotta take my sensor out. All right. Oops, went backwards on that one. Now that they're all in, you could snug them up. We can get ready to braze these in. So, yeah. I'll give him a little spit shine. Almost gotcha. So close. Okay, a little bit of heat will accommodate. That dude's in there. A little flux varnish. I gotta go get the dryer and the nitrogen. Dryer from the truck and the nitro. And then we're ready to rock and roll. I think I'll put a little heat on there and pinch it in. The flex trick almost had her, but I need to bury the Herman on this one. Okay. Here it is, 083S. Now we just need the nitro. Nitrogen rigatitis. Oh yeah, I could recycle the cardboard. He's got a good cardboard recycler right here. I got the nitrogen rig. I'm gonna get the dryer in. I do have these 1/4 inch by 3/8 vacuum hoses on a unit like this. It's really good. Usually I've been using my gauges lately. I got rid of the Smurf boner, but the tree on the field piece is so good I can go 2 3/8 big hoses. And to your guys' chagrin, I'll put the micron gauge on the 1/4 inch fitting there. Yeah, okay. Let's fit in this dryer, get the purge going, and then braze everything up. I got the dryer fitted. Now I need to hook up the purge. I'm gonna go in, I think I'm gonna go in the high side. It'll come out the low side through the whole system because the solenoid's energized, and then it'll come out the low side. So I'll use this hose right here. My recovery hose, I don't have any Schraders in it. See, no Schrader. Make it faster. It's amazing we get work done with these things in our hands, you know, between answering text messages and phone calls. And oh, there's a phone call I missed right there. Oh, voicemail actually. and then checking out the camel toe on Instagram. It's amazing we could get any work done. All right, let's go up there. Let's go right here. Where's my, I want this thing in the off position. Yep, off. My marks right here, off position. We'll go there. Turn this dude on. Go to braze. I always like to double check to make sure it's feeding. Yeah, she's feeding. Now we're ready. Let's let her build up. Build up into her. We'll get ready to work. Get to the end of this little tubes of solder. This stuff is really expensive now. Well, everything is. Shouldn't need both of those. Should be able to do four brazes with a little chunk. But I got it out just in case I get goofy. Get a little pre-solder swig. Some of that good NorCal coffee. All right. Big shout out and a thank you to everybody that's bought me a cup of coffee on YouTube. Really do appreciate it. And I did buy coffee and not beers. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Oh, that's too big, too big. Oh, that's better. I like that. Let's see if we'll get this little guy first. Get some heat on there, a little dance. A small pipe. It doesn't take much. This one, I want it to heat up and then try and stuff her in the hole more. Remember? See if we could bury the Herman. There's that little buildup right there. See, now that one I probably need a little more heat. There we go. There, that looks better. Low. Low mater. Okay, I like it. Let's go get that dryer. Now the trademark dryer move is I usually burn the paint on these things, remember? So I usually have a bad habit of having my flame too hot. It's just one of those things. We all have our you know, our glitches in our hitches. Oh, that's one of mine. See, look, I already burnt the paint. Already burnt the paint. You know what the sad part is? I probably have the heat compound sitting right there in the torch that I could have spracked on top of the dryer, but I didn't, because I was just like in go mode. Go, 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 go. Ah. Look at that, now I just burned my torch, my hose. That was good. Yeah, I'm a little goofy sometimes. All right, pressure test time. We'll get it all pressurized up. We'll go get some soapy bubbles. Got the mirror. And we'll see if she'll pass the pressure test. Once she passes the pressure test, then we'll be ready for the vacuum pump. Oh man. Test. Boom. To get the pressure to come up. Are we a hero or are we the zero? Remember this trick? Put your stem caps back on. I think I've talked about that in the past. A guy used to work on freeze dryers taught me that trick. When you pull your vacuum and stuff. In case your packing's a leaker. So my other regulator is, it goes to a higher rating than this one, so this one takes a minute. We're coming up. I'd like to get it up to 150. We'll see. We're getting close. We're almost 94, 95. You guys can see that the GoPro's rough sometimes. Okay, got it on the pressure test. It's a 153 low side, 170 high side. We're gonna leave that for a nice long time here. Checking my stuff. And then I got to get the soapy bubbles going on this stuff here. Yeah, looking okay. That was a leftover chunk from last night's job. Had to do a condensing unit change out at nighttime last night. I need to plug up this end or put some tape on it. All right, and then next is once this passes, we'll see the vacuum, and I'll use the micron gauge today and the whole 9 yards. So we can start putting this thing back together. So this is the micron gauge I've been using, the Testo 552i. Now this has a parasitic drain, battery drain in it. Batteries don't last in it if you leave them in there. So you got to at least take one out when you store it. Just a little heads up. We're almost ready to go vacuum on this thing. I'm gonna go the 2 3/8 by 1/4 inch hoses because we have service valves where we can valve it off. And then I can vacuum out my gauges before we hook them up because I have ball valves on all my hoses. And let's see how many microns down we can get this thing. It passed pressure test, so feeling good about that. And let's pull a vacuum. Look at beers are coming. Kona Big Wave Liquid Aloha, brah. Coming your way. Since I gotta grab some batteries for the micron gauge, I might as well take some stuff down we don't need on the roof anymore, and our pile's getting smaller up there. Go fishing if you want. Little danger fishing. You ready for it? Nobody's down there? Danger fishing. Let's get this one over here. There you go. Danger fishing. Smart app. Pink. Rank. Measurements. Programs. Evacuation. Okay. We are hooked up. We're gonna put this dude here because that's where it's going. Don't give me no YouTube police. The YouTube police. They're gonna get you. Yeah, they're gonna get me. All right, we got my ballast open. Start with the ballast. Oh, look, my suicide cord popped off. Okay, ballast is open. Let's start her up. All right, she's kicking in. I'm gonna close the ballast off. Somewhere's midway through, I'm gonna do the oil change on this. It's super easy. All right, we're getting started here, 5,000 microns. And we'll let her rip on down. All right, it's taken 29 minutes to get to 629 microns, so we're on our way. We're getting there. Remember the old timers would put the vacuum pump on the unit, take lunch, and go, "That's good, kid." About 30 minutes. They weren't far off. Look, I'm at 499 microns, 35 minutes in. They weren't far off. We're coming down the mountain. I'm gonna try and see if I can see how far down I could get it. I'm not in a super rush today. I got a condensate drain on a walk-in that's leaking. It'll be my next stop. And I'm gonna get the oil changed on the Vangina. Yeah, the old timers had it down, man. About 30 minutes. It'll get you to 500. Proof is in the pudding. There's my setup. And when we get low enough, we'll back seat the valves so the system's tight. I'll put the gauges on the vacuum pump. I will evacuate them. They have ball valves. This will all be tight. It'll be tight all the way up to the valves and then to right here. And we can just do a little purge for that little 45 connector and we'll be ready to charge this thing back up. So far this job's gone pretty smooth. Hopefully this condenser will last a while. The other one made it like what, 6 years? Something like that, 6 or 7 years. I'll probably take that thing home and pressurize it and play with it. That was a good sized leak for how expensive 404 is. And it sucked because there's a lead time on that coil. And he wanted to keep his business open, so we had to do one gas and go. So from the first video where I found the leak till today, I had to add gas one time, it was still a bunch, and it's expensive. So the leak's all fixed up and we're on our way. Let's see what we're down to now. We're at 37 minutes in, 461 microns, 460 on our way. All right, I'll bring you guys through this. We're gonna backseat the valves. Backseater. And let's see, come on, mama, get on there. My wrench would cooperate, there we go. And we're gonna backseat this one, so we're sealed. All sealed up. All sealed up and happy. Now turn this dude off. Let's see what we get to. 337 microns, not bad. Not bad at all. And take this off. Take this one off. These are made by Yellow Jacket. 3/8 on one side, 1/4 inch on the other. Had them for a million years. They work. They work well. Get this back on here. And we'll get that sealed up nice. Get this sealed up nice. take our micron gauge off. Turn this dude off, the battery sucker. Okay. And we'll get our gauges. And we'll put our gauges on here. Right now we're going to keep the valves closed. So gauge on. Gauge on. Ball valves open, but the service valves closed. Keep the service valves closed. Bring this dude over. Go ahead and turn it on. Why not? Back up the hook just for a sec. Then we'll get our hose hooked up here. Turn this dude on. And we'll suck out our manifold. Alright, so we're going to vacuum out all this to the valves again, right? To the valves. And we'll let that rip for a bit. Then when we're done, we're going to close these off. We'll close off this ball valve. Then we only have to purge that little space right there. Okay, hose is on. Only had to purge that little piece. Units off. I'm gonna dump a bunch of liquid into the receiver for a recharge. So we'll open up that, and then all we got to do is open up our little king valve here and crack it. Now we're filling up refrigerant. Okay. That dude around. All right, we'll let it fill up and equalize, and we'll turn this thing back on and finish charging it, and we'll get it all back together. All right, I pretty much equalized out the tank. I think all that's left in there is vapor. I should do its three pump out cycle. 1, 2, 3. Should be a ripper now. There we go, ripper. The head pressure comes up, the fans will kick on, right? Let's hope. There we go. Bam, fan number 1. I'll get this thing charged up. All right, there we go. We're in the race. Adding the gas I took out right here, and then I got a partial if I need to add to finish charging. Like I said, there's a long lead time on that coil, which was a bummer. That was a real bummer. It smells like new coil. Closed off the king valve. I'm pumping the unit down right now to suck all the gas that's left in this tank out. You'll see the suction pressure will be dropping. And we'll suck what's left out of the recovery tank out. You actually hear it. And it's going to shut off right there. Yep. Okay. I think there's a time delay, or it doesn't. Is there a time delay for the 3 pump outs? I can't remember. Open this back up. You'll see the compressor flashing. It's in time delay, so we don't short cycle. All right, that's a wrap. We've already reached set point, pumped down and turned off. So we're back. The leaky coil is changed out. See what it looks like from the front here. New coil. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's see. Oh, I got a couple more stops. Let's get after it. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Smash the yellow like-a-rooski, and if you haven't yet subscribed, smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video. All right, cue the turtle. Over.